What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? Hey, I felt like I owed you all a little check in. So, some of y'all might already be in the bed. That's fine. I just wanted to check in because I know that y'all gave me a break tonight for an opportunity to have dinner with my mentor or one of my mentors. I have a lot of mentors now. I have never been so excited to learn. It's ridiculous. All right, so I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on how things went. So, if you don't know I have several mentors right now. One of them is Nehemiah Davis. That's my first mentor ever that I have actually paid to have business mentoring, but also, it's not just business, it's really just optimizing your entrepreneurial efforts, right? So, just in general, it's mindset, it's business, it's sales, it's advertising, it's connecting with people, it's networking. So, I am doing all of those things. Hey, loves. I'm just now getting active on Instagram. So you all forgive me if I forget about y'all because I'm on YouTube right now. I'm doing my best to be more active on Instagram too. So I am also in Myron Golden's mentorship program, his inner circle. And just between the two of these mentorships, I have been really absorbing so much, gaining so much value, and really growing so much in such a short period of time. But I was able to ask questions, even give some of my advice to someone who I revere as being extremely wise and knowledgeable. So I got a chance to talk to Myron also about some ideas that are in my head, even for his brand and his um, his legacy. So that was cool too. I'm looking for, oh, you know what? I took notes on my phone tonight. That's why I can't find my notes. I was literally like taking notes at dinner, like on the phone. Do I have quinoa in my teeth? I do have quinoa in my teeth. And I stuck to my diet today. Well, my health and wealth plan today. Even though we were eating out, I had quinoa and salmon. I've been doing more of a vegetarian thing for the 6 week challenge with Coach Jamon. And I have to go early tonight because I also have to work out. Have to work out tonight and early tomorrow morning because I know I'm not going to work out tomorrow night after such a long day. So I just wanted to check in with you all, let you know that I appreciate you all letting me go for the evening because it was a phenomenal experience. It was a really just very small, intimate group of people, like maybe 8 people, and I was one of the 8. So that was really cool to be able to have that type of attention in in an environment where people are always trying to get his attention, and it was nice. It was special. So I thank you all for letting me have that special moment tonight and being very forgiving. Looks like Instagram is over here acting a fool. So if you all don't know who Myron Golden is, like I said, this is literally from the inner circle meeting that we just had just a couple days ago. Um, I'm going to be sharing some of this stuff. As a matter of fact, this is what we were supposed to be doing in class on today. Is one of his. Let me see if I can find it. It might. I have like 8 notebooks right now, full of notes, and it's not in this one. It's in my other one. So we're going to talk about the 4 levels of success, which is what he teaches. Like when I heard the 4 levels of success, it blew my mind. So I'm going to give y'all a little bit of that tonight, just to kind of, and I got to do it off the top of my dome because I can't find my notes. So can't find the note. So I'm just gonna draw it out and we're gonna talk about it. Maybe I remember it. What's up, Mackie? What's up, Stan? T-shirt side hustle in the building. So Myron, I'm gonna spell his name out because I know I'm just on here. I don't know if y'all see that backwards or not. Do y'all see that? Okay, so it goes right on YouTube, but it goes backwards on here. So y'all will have to forgive me on the gram of the Insta. Okay, so we're gonna talk about these 4 levels of success. So I'm drawing my stairway. Literally, I'm doing this off the top of the dome. So if I mess up or I misspell something, then you all please forgive me. Have grace once again. All right, so our first level and I'm paraphrasing this, okay? So I'll get the correct terms later. And I'm just going to simplify this by saying the doers of things, right? The doers of things. At this level, this is the level at which we are manually making products, especially when it's relevant to what we're doing here as creative. So you're the workforce, basically, right? So I'll put workforce here. And then number 2 is the management. Okay, so management is responsible for overseeing the doer mode, and this is also associated with income earning potential too. Number 3 is the communicator. And the communicator, if you think of it as someone like a teacher, a professor, a preacher, right? You said right backwards. I know you can't. And a communicator is the second highest level of success. And then the 4th is one who uses imagination. So these are our steps. I can see that. So if you think about this step here, and I know this is not the right term, literally, like I said, this was taught to me a few days ago, and I can't stop thinking about it because it makes so much sense. And the way Myron teaches, he also teaches is biblically based, but like so that it's factual, it is engaging, it is thought provoking, and it makes freaking sense. It makes sense. So at this level, the workforce level, you think of yourself as the employee, right? You are the one who executes orders, right? So maybe that is the word, like executor. I don't know, but just take my word for it that this makes a lot of sense. Then the second level of management, if you think about that role, usually that role is pretty much capping out somewhere around, I would say 120K. So we'll say maybe 50K to 120K. Workforce, you're probably looking at whatever minimum wage is, right? Minimum wage to maybe about 80K a year. Then management is more like, pull it back a little bit so y'all can see. So management is more like you can go 50K all the way up to like 120K. So you can do 6 figures as management. Communicator is when you start getting in that 100K to about, and I'm doing this off the top of the dome. I'm going to do my research later to make sure I pull this together more clearly and cleanly. So I'll say about 100K to 500K. And imagination level, that's when you're looking at like limitlessness, right? So imagination, I also think of that as genius level. And these levels of the success that we can achieve is dependent on where we're operating. So are we operating? Here we go. Are we operating at our genius? Are we operating at the imaginative level? Like that's precisely where I think we're all meant to be as entrepreneurs, specifically because when you're in that stage, you can imagineer all day. You can put to paper all of the things that that you have been thinking of, and you know how we'll invent something and never take action on it. Well, when the majority of your task is imagining, you have the ability to think and do in that mode. Therefore, you have the the likelihood of earning higher because you're in that imaginative space. And you know how I like to say that I believe that we're closest to God when we're creating because we are creators. That's when you're in your creator space. And you know how I say that, like, nothing can break you when you're on that mode. Nothing can break you out of that mode. I believe that's because that's our direct connection, right? So in that mode, we are limitless in what our earning potential or our actual earnings can be. And we have these levels that we need to work through in order to be the best version of ourselves for others. So, not to say not to discount any of these steps, because honestly, most of us have to start here in order to be anything else, right? So, the idea is that what do you need to become? You should be becoming whatever it takes to make it to this level. So, yes, we may have had to do the execution. We may have had to fulfill orders. We may have had to take orders ourselves. But essentially, there's a cap to that earning potential, right? There's a cap to that. So, what we should be doing if we want to get to the higher levels of success is be delegating these tasks, automating these tasks, right? Optimizing these tasks so that we are no longer in this space. We are no longer literally pressing our own shirts. We are no longer even doing our own designs. Either you're going to have the Automizer to help you out with that, or you'll probably even have some graphic design help there, right? The next is managing, right? So maybe we have a couple of people helping us and we're managing those people, but managing is not going to get us to our highest level of earning. Managing will do great for earning, getting to where we can earn six figures. Absolutely. Next is communicating, right? If we start communicating ideas, we become a vessel for information. You can sell information infinitely. I can only sell a shirt as many times as I can actually make it, but I can sell the information on how that shirt was made, the process, that digital file, that design that goes to it over and over and over and over again. And I can do it in my sleep, and I have done it in my sleep, right? So when we become a communicator, we become someone who can disseminate the ideas to the people, right? And then even further past that is when we get to the mode of, oh, I can just think all day and get paid. Absolutely. In the imaginative state, we are innately creative, right? We are innately creators. And when we're in that space, we have the ability to, it's like I call it like alchemy. You can pull something out of the sky, literally out of your mind, and it can become something that has infinite earning value, right? Value. So I'm going to restructure this. I'm going to think more about this and give us some great examples and stuff. But this has just been something that has been really heavy on my heart since I heard it. It makes so much sense. I've been at every last one of these levels. I think we all have, even the highest level, like even the imaginative level. But what happens sometimes, we get in that level and then we start getting in our own head. Like, why haven't we put that invention out that we thought of so many years ago? Why are we not communicating? Why are we not on YouTube explaining to people how well we can do what we do and helping other people do what we have done, right? What's stopping us from becoming the ultimate communicator? That's an easy six figures a year. Easy six figures a year as a communicator. And then at least management. Come on. Let's get out of our own ways. Let's stop being the workhorse in our own organization. We have to stop working in the business and work on the business. That's one thing I learned too. I was like, when I heard that, I get it. I get it. So that's why when I wasn't understanding all of these things until I heard this cleanly put. Myron explains things in these really profound, prolific, but very simple solutions, right? So this solution of breaking these things down into fours really helped me realize at a certain point in time why I stopped making shirts, why I shut down the brick and mortar and started teaching instead. Out of nowhere, I didn't have any promise of money. I became a communicator on YouTube, right? Just telling people how to do what I knew you could do, but maybe you just didn't have the resources, right? So as I became a communicator on YouTube, I also started learning what problems there were in this world, in the graphics world, and created some solutions. So my imagination was able to take over. And that imagination is what sparked the 10-minute templates, and now the 5-minute templates. The Automizer also sparked the buddy system and the wrinkle eliminator jig inserts. Literally, I've been able to operate in my imaginative state, and I can't tell you anything more freeing than that. That's real. I have an old Instagram post where when I graduated with my PhD, and I was really just like saying to the universe and to my people that I just wanted to be an inventor. I literally said that. I don't know any point in my life in which anybody told me this is how you become an inventor, but I just knew that's what I wanted to be. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted, like, me and my dad, we would watch infomercials all night, and my dad would say, you know what? If you can make a million people buy a $1 product, you'll be a millionaire. He said, you think you can't do that on these ads seen on TV commercials? And I was like, you know what, Daddy? We would actually be the ones buying that stuff off as seen on TV. And not because we thought the product was really that great, but because we were so intrigued by how how something can appeal to people as a solution, and how it can have that cult type following, and literally one little idea could become can make someone a millionaire, right? Shark Tank was one of our favorite shows to watch. I actually watched somebody on Shark Tank produce an idea. It was interchangeable shoe, and my dad looked at me like he looked at me like he was sick in the face, like gray in the face. And I know why. Because when the lady came on the show with the interchangeable shoe, I was in college at this point in time. Probably, I think I was in my master's degree program. And my dad looked at me like kind of with disgust. It was a little sickening. And he was like, you know what, Shannon, you did a science fair project. And I did. I actually won a science fair project in 11th grade. So that would have been circa 1999, 2000, something like that. And my science fair project was an interchangeable shoe. 10 years later, someone is on Shark Tank. And I won the award. I made a prototype and everything for the science. I actually have that prototype somewhere in my garage. I don't know where I found the gall as a 10th grader. It was a 10th or 11th grader to contact like companies in China and get components to make a shoe. I never made a shoe in my life, but there was these materials that you could use to form shoes and that sort of thing. So I tore up some old platforms, and I made these different interchangeable parts that had it made different heel heights, and then it also, like, you could change it from like a leather to a suede, from a pink to a purple. You could have strappy, or you could have a mule, whatever. I had all these different things, and I demonstrated it with magnets. So anyways, I'm just saying that I've always had this love to be in the imaginative space, but what happens is inhibitions happen, right? Responsibilities happen. And I got to where the imaginative state was no longer the goal. It was like the distraction. Like, I called that a distraction. Daydreaming was called a distraction at some point in time. Oh, I need to focus. I got to get these people's work done. And I've never been the person that was comfortable getting somebody else's work done and not doing what was on my heart or what was really implanted in me, I believe, by God directly, right? So I would take off from work to go volunteer at the community center and hang out with the kids and teach them how to make apparel, or teach them FCAT studying strategies, and that sort of thing is what I would do for free. I would actually not do it for free. I would lose money to do it. I would take off from work, from a paying job, to do what I love to do. And that wasn't just the only instance. I've done that my whole career working for anyone. I've never worked a full-time job. I've never worked somewhere. Probably at the 11th month mark is usually when I find something else that's better. I'm able to upgrade. So I never worked anywhere for a whole year even. It's crazy, right? And I see now that it's because of how my dad implanted these things in me at a very, very young age. And this isn't just the like overnight success type of deal. This is something that was instilled in me at a very, very young age. And it's now being awakened through these experiences and through the proof of what happens when you are operating in your genius, right? When you're operating in your imaginative space, the inhibitions are leaving, the care for what somebody else thinks or wants above my own thoughts and wants is being eliminated. I feel much more free to think and to do as I know that I am purpose to do and to be. So I'm falling in love with the process, right? I've been falling in love with the process. I just didn't understand that that's what it took for it not to feel like work, for it not to feel like it was inundating work. It is work. I'm not going to lie. I probably work twice as long for myself than most people do for somebody else, but it does not feel the same. It just doesn't. So I don't know. I just got on here tonight to give y'all just a little hey. Thank y'all for letting me have this opportunity to meet with my mentor tonight. Um, it's definitely one for the books, and not the last. That I'm going to be able to bring you great stories and opportunities that I experienced. Those experiences I'm bringing directly to you all. So I would love for you all to check out Myron Golden. There is a book that he has. It's called Boss Moves, and we're going to be going over some of that stuff because when I tell you it is mind blowing what can happen when things just finally make sense and you talk yourself into putting in the work rather than talk yourself out of, oh, these ideas are too big, that can't happen for me. When I tell you my limitations ceasing to exist, and I say ceasing because we all have something to work on. We all have those moments where we are a little bit doubtful. We do have inhibitions. My goal is to have that childlike mindset, and I've said this for years and years, to have that childlike mindset where we don't have the inhibitions. We don't have that quote unquote filter. That filter doesn't do us any good when it comes to filtering our actual God given ideas, right? Because we end up limiting ourselves. So we're going to pull ourselves out of that space. We're going to get back to work. We're going to do Monday. It looks like we got more votes for Monday, 8 p.m. instead of Sunday, 8 p.m. So that's good. That'll give me time to get back settled in because I literally took a last minute flight here for a major opportunity and it's already paying off. And that's what happens. Success loves speed. As one of my mentors, Nehemiah Davis, says, success loves speed. It really does. And why delay your success if you can literally put yourself in a position to be in the room with the very individuals who have already done what you've done? I didn't realize how hard I was working. I thought I was inventing stuff and making stuff up as far as how the business model was going and how I was helping people with this academy and how I wanted to train people and mentor people at a certain level and actually get paid for it and not just like, getting paid the peanuts to do the hard work. Like this is highly paying off already. This week alone, between the two mentorships that I just purchased, and I told you I actually had to accept scholarships to get it down to 125K, right? Because it was supposed to be what 225. Yeah. So I'm just saying that I'm literally putting myself in the position. Like I've spent 160K on my PhD. That not saying it's not doing anything for me because I believe that everything is coming together for the greater good. It's helping me understand things. Like if I was just a designer, I wouldn't understand the technical aspect. I wouldn't understand the systems. I would not understand how to make an Automizer because I designed the Automizer to be more like a computer program than what a designer might come up with. So all those things are working for greater good. I am just tired of putting off my success so that I can do something modest or affordable or quote unquote realistic, because realistically, I can have anything that I can imagine. And I know this because I've created this. I've literally made this up in my mind, and something has happened in front of me several times throughout my life. And I think we've all had moments like that in our lives. But we need to trust those moments and trust ourselves and trust our connection with the source to know that what we're receiving is pure, is genuine, is good. And we need to foster that and not the doubt. Oh yeah, that's another model I wanted to talk about. Ooh, maybe I have that one. I'll just talk about it real quick. If I have that one, is that okay? Y'all see my little notes here. Anyways, so we'll go over this too. Like, this is one of Myron's models here, and here I'll do it real quick since we got a little time. All right, and I have to get my workout in because I've been slacking these last few days because I've been traveling and stuff. But if y'all don't know, I'm doing more on that too. I'm doing my health and wellness stuff too because I've been slacking on that, and that's a part of me being at my prime. All right, so there's a fact, right? There's this fact. And the fact is not inherently good or bad. Like you can have a day, right? If you say that I have a bad day, it could be, this could be positive or negative. You can have a bad moment, and then that's not necessarily the whole day. Or you can tell yourself you're having a bad day, and that be the fact for that entire day. So our fact is positive or negative, right? And how we focus on that. So we got to draw a little person. Yeah, man, Myron is a genius. I know I tell y'all I'm a genius because I am. And I think you should tell yourselves you're a genius. You should tell your kids you're a genius. I remember my niece and nephew would go around telling everybody their auntie was a genius. Yep, and I am. All right. So this person is looking up at the fact. All right, so they're looking up at the fact. Boom, looking up at the fact, looking up at the fact. And how you focus on this fact, you focus on it and it's either positive or negative, right? And the idea is that one cannot exist without the other. So everything has to, is the concept of duality, right? So you have positive and negative of everything. And it's really what you focus on that makes that matter. Does that make sense? So you could have literally, let's say something that you can only construe as negative, like a death, right? So I focus on my father's death, right? And I see it as inherently negative, absolutely negative, right? Who would see that as a positive? But the positive to that is that he was no longer physically suffering and pushing himself to go on day to day just to be there for us, right? So the positives, there's a positive and a negative side to every single thing. Way Myron puts it, do you see a one-sided pancake or one-sided sheet of paper? Does it exist? It doesn't. Everything has two sides. So our goal is to focus on that positive thing, that positive aspect of that thing, because this is the fact is the fact. It is what it is, right? But it's our focus that is going to determine how that plays on our success or lack thereof, right? So here we go. We focus on that, and then that focus becomes a feeling. So we have fact, and then we have feeling, right? I feel sad or I feel depressed when something doesn't happen like I want it to happen, or something tragic happens, right? So again, we have a positive and negative. We have duality in the way that we feel based on how we're focusing on this fact. So I will tell you this. Y'all know May 10th is the anniversary of my dad's death. I literally chose to start a challenge around the date that he passed away. And the reason why is because I wanted to associate that day with something that he left us as legacy, right? My dad was always encouraging people, always pouring into people, always giving his absolute last to make sure that somebody else had it, the motivation that they needed to make it to the next level of whatever was their bottom, right? So I wanted to start the challenge to do something positive with that thought in that space rather than soak and be in the negative, because I did that for years and it did absolutely nothing but make me depressed, make my brain didn't function the same way anymore. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. I was literally, I'm the person that I can pump a project out like that. I can stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning and I can write a 20-page paper, no problem, literally starting on at 10 o'clock at night. My brain stopped working like that. And I was in my PhD program and I was totally like, I was just blacking out. My mind was drawing blanks and real deal blackness. Like I couldn't see anything. I would just stare off and I could not, my brain, the way I put it is my brain did not work like it once did. I was lost. And it was because what I decided to focus on about that fact of my dad not being there anymore, I felt like, well, if he's not here to see me get this PhD, what am I doing it for? Right? It was what I chose to focus on. Now, when that fact became I needed to take care of my niece and nephew, my focus changed and it was on the positive. I started to look at, well, all of these things that my dad sacrificed for me, I will not let this business go down the drain. I will not let his sacrifices be in vain. And I started to focus on the positive of him not being here anymore, meaning that I had to step up, right? So then that created a positive feeling for me. So with the positive feeling, we have anticipation. Yo, when I'm in creative mode, I don't spell. Like my technical side is turned off when I'm in creative mode. So if I spell something wrong, it's okay. Y'all have to put it in the comments. Okay, the negative side of that feeling is anxiety. So you're telling me about what we focus on, what positive or negative fact we focus on can contribute to the feeling that we have. And that feeling is either anticipation, like you waiting for Christmas morning, right? That's a positive feeling. But the anxiety is that anxiousness that is tied to a worry or a fear, or even less, fear is an actual real threat. It's a perceived negative outcome that you don't know is going to happen or not happen. That's what anxiety is, right? So we can choose how we operate in these spaces. And I'm learning that now. And it's not like we haven't experienced before. It's not like we don't know this stuff. It's just that sometimes it takes someone explaining it to us to get us to break it down and recognizing when we're slipping up. Taking accountability when we are thinking the wrong way or doing the wrong thing so that we can be the better thing that we need to be to have the success that we want to have, right? So then we have your belief, right? Your belief is a frame that could be positive. That belief that's positive is called faith. That belief that is negative is called doubt. So our belief is also going to affect the feelings and whether we think positively or negatively. So when we have faith and we just know something's going to work out, we have a different outcome. When we have doubt is also a belief, right? We can believe that something's not going to happen. I'm never going to win $1 million. Like how many times have we told ourselves something negative and called it realistic? How many of us use that? Oh, I'm just a realist. I don't know. You might sound like a pessimist to me. You might sound like you're calling those negative things into your life. You're creating those negative things into your life because of what you choose to focus on. Okay. So our belief can be faith, or our belief can be doubt. Both of those things are beliefs. They are both 100% true because they are two different sides of the same coin. The coin is belief. One cannot exist without the other. Faith cannot exist without doubt. Doubt can't exist without faith. So we choose which side of the coin we want to focus on. It is our choice, right? So based on this, and I'm drawing this exactly how Myron drew it. This is how he drew the hands. I was like, what are those? Is that like lightning coming out from his stick arms? But no, those are hands. And what the hands represents, that frame, is power. Boom, power. And the positive, or actually it's the function, my bad. The frame is function. So that's what you can do with your hands. That's functionality, right? So function. And the positive side of that is power, right? The negative side to that is powerlessness. And I'll clean this up. I'm going to do like a Photoshop version or something like this, but I wanted to get this out of my head to you all, okay? Because it's literally impacting how I think about everything now. Everything that I think of, I'm thinking of differently from 3 days ago of absorbing this information. So if it took this to get me to understand like a simple stick figure model in maybe about 12 words, maybe 16 words, I don't know, however many words are on this paper, to understand that I have been really in control of the good and the bad this entire time. And once I take control, once I say it's me, it's my fault, if I claim that it's my fault, then I have the power to change something, right? If I put it on to somebody else and say, you know what, I always just have the worst of luck, and so-and-so is always doing this, and then I have to do that. Like I'm placing the responsibility on someone else. I'm also in a position where I'm giving that thing, that entity, power and not myself. So I can feel powerful, or I can feel powerless. When you feel powerless, there's nothing that you can do for yourself to save yourself. So why even put yourself in that mind frame? Understand, if something goes wrong, just say these words. It's my fault. You know how if something happens, we say, my bad. That's what that means. My bad means it's my fault. If you say my bad, then immediately you can take control of that situation and do something about it. If you say, man, this ain't fair, like so-and-so's always getting this and I'm not getting anything, like you're immediately putting yourself in a position where you don't control your own life. You don't control the positive nor the negative. You don't control whether you amass wealth or whether you lose it all. Like you're just totally taking yourself out of the game. You focus on the negative side of things and you're leaving yourself powerless. That's a lose-lose, right? So with these things in idea, we want to get clear. We want to get crystal clear on our beliefs, our feelings, and our function. Beliefs, feelings, function. We want to get crystal clear on those things. So next time you feel yourself believing something, make sure you're believing the powerful thing. Make sure you're believing the faith side of things versus the doubt side of things. Just try it, even if it feels foreign, even if it feels fake, even if it feels like it's counterintuitive. And one thing that I'm learning is that almost everything that my coaches are telling me to do right now is completely counterintuitive to how I would do it. And you want to fight it. You want to combat it. You want to say stuff like, well, no, I don't think that'll work. Maybe we could just, no, maybe you could just do what your coach said, because obviously it didn't work the way you were trying to make it work in the first place. So those counterintuitive things that make us a little nervous, make us a little uneasy, make it to where like we have to step outside of our comfort zone. Do those things. Do exactly those things. I'm not anymore, was really nervous about doing a high ticket offer because I just felt like, well, maybe that doesn't, that won't fit my audience. No, my audience is are all kind of level of people of all sorts of levels of entrepreneurship, whether you're just starting out, whether you just think you want to do this as a hobby. And I tell you, those of you all who are getting into this as just a hobby, trust and believe when you start making money doing this stuff, it is not going to be just a hobby anymore. But then there are some who are ready to take their businesses to the next level and do an intense mentorship. And from what I've learned, what I've put together, what I have sacrificed, what I have bled out, I also have some very, very positive experiences. I have some very successful experiences that can help a lot of people. So I put that into the academy at a level at which I thought, people could help themselves. And then now I want to do a higher level of that. That's why I'm offering the mentorship, because I want to be able to take, maybe 10 people at a time, very small group, 10 people at a time, and actually put forth the pure energy and effort to making sure that they have the tools that they need to push to the next level. And in order to do that, it is a high ticket item. And I'm okay with that now. I'm so okay with that now, especially when I'm in the room with people having $1 million days. Like, yeah, multi-million dollar days too. 6-figure days. Yep. $100,000 days. I'm claiming this year that I'm going to have a $100,000 day. Absolutely. My belief is faith. I'm not doubting that. I feel I have none of the anxiety and all of this anticipation for this day. Like, I already know. I know it's coming. I know it's coming really soon. I can't wait to share with you all, right? The function, I feel powerful. I feel powerful in that statement. I don't feel like I'm lying. I don't feel like I'm faking it till I make it. I feel like it's the truth. And I'm only giving you a glimpse of that truth before it happens, so that you can watch this video and say, you know what? May 14th of 2022, Shannon said she was going to have a $100,000 day. And it is. It's already so. Telling you, it's so. So let's work on these things: your beliefs, your feelings, and the functions. Right? Let's work on those things. The facts, also how we focus on those facts. Okay, the fact is the fact. The fact doesn't change. Something happens. Something costs a certain amount. Something did or did not happen. Whether it be good or bad, we can look at the good or the bad in that fact. So I'm gonna close out on that. Like I said, I'm over here just looking at all the notes and all the things that help me frame my mind to be able to really recondition my mindset. And I hope that you all are like really taking notes, because I'm telling y'all that some of the greatest information you'll receive for free, but you won't do anything with it until you have to pay for it. Trust me, I have been there and done all of that. So the theme there is that if you pay attention. The more you pay, the more the more you pay attention. I'm just saying, I'm using a theory right now, right? So we will resume our final day of the 5-day challenge on Monday. Y'all, I cannot believe, like, we spent some time together. Oh, let me see. Maybe I could do a screen share here on YouTube. I want to see, because I thought I saw some of you posting. Let me see if I can do a little screen share. Share. Oops. Share the screen. And for those of you on Instagram, what's up, Neo? My mentor Neo's on here. Neo, I was just talking about you. And I also have a mentor helping me with Instagram strategies. Ty is here too on Instagram. Y'all, I'm getting my little Instagram-y swirl on, because I have not been using Instagram for like years. So I'm just getting it back on. Yep. Pay what you weigh. And Trinity Linus Couture saying, I say, yep, I say, I meant, yep. So I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to do a screen share here of, let me show y'all what people have been doing on this 5-day challenge, and this challenge of the 5 days. Let's check it out. All right, so you all probably can see my screen now. Y'all are doing stuff with the Automizer. Look, a birthday twist. This is now I know your name too. Uh, this is Trinity Linus Couture, isn't it? Yep, Trinity Linus Couture. Listen. And the caption reads, she insisted and she loves her teacher. I love you too, baby. This is what we've been working on for the 5-day challenge. It's a mini atomizer that automatically designs the shirt and some socks. So the front and back of the shirt, some socks off of designing a few elements. So the idea was you needed to write an engaging post that asks a question. And then you also needed to have a call to action, right? A CTA. So you all did that. Comment B-Day for a chance to win a free shirt. That looks amazing. This is so nice. And you know what? I have to start screenshotting this stuff and shouting y'all out on my social media, because I don't make shirts anymore. Like literally, I promote you all making shirts. Matter of fact, I have a job for somebody in Mariana if somebody wants to make the shirts for me, because I don't really make shirts anymore. All right, graduation, Libra doing her thing. Yes, comment Juneteenth for a chance to win a free shirt. I love it. Libra, you did a beautiful job. Beautiful job. Y'all, look at what y'all are doing in this academy. Do y'all see y'all's work? Do you see what you're doing? Like, it takes people years to muster up the courage and the talent and the skill set to do what y'all are doing right now. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I don't know if anybody told you how amazing you are doing this, but ask your clients. Matter of fact, we did a search during the challenge, right? We searched your local markets, your local Facebook markets, to see what graduation shirts look like in your area. And y'all told me there was no competition. Literally, we looked it up. It's in the video of the class. If y'all go back and look at the video, I saw y'all's competition and it was non-existent, right? So now that you know that, that should give you the momentum to get into your craft. And you already are into the craft. You just need to get it in front of the people who already want to buy what you have to sell. So I'm like, look, Dawn, killing it. This looks amazing. Look, Davida turned hers into a video. She's showing out a little bit. Beautiful. Man, y'all are killing this challenge. Alicia, good morning. I finally finished it and you did a superb job. Excellent work. And when you go back to do this, it's going to take you 5 minutes to do these design changes now that you know how to use it. Aisha, congratulations. This looks amazing. I love those colors. You did your thing. Linda, this looks so good. You chose all the right colors. This looks bold. It's beautiful. And I see you did the alternative design, which was the just did it instead of just doing the regular graduation design. So that means you had to put in some extra pictures. You did your thing. I'm telling you, you all are phenomenal at this. Quit cheating yourselves. We've got to start really defining and demanding what we really should be valued at, right? So we're going to talk about that. That's our final day talking. We're done with Photoshop. Our final day talking is talking about our worth. We're going to talk about some mindset values. We're going to talk about how we should be pricing things. That's a big deal. A lot of us aren't earning what we can be earning because we're undercutting ourselves. We're underselling ourselves. And we cannot do that any longer if we expect to be successful and have this as a long-term business. And specifically, if you want this to be a legacy for your family, for your generations to come, nobody's going to want to work the businesses that we build if they're basically doing minimum wage activities and getting paid minimum wage. So we're going to start growing our business. So we're going to talk about pricing, and we're also going to talk about the 3 things that I explained earlier. Us doing delegating, automating, and optimizing. Okay. So we're going to talk about those things. Now, we can't get into full detail because this is a 5-day challenge. This isn't to solve the world's problems involved 5-day challenge. Okay. But we're going to touch on some things that let you know what we're going to be focusing on in the mentorship, what we're going to be focusing on in this high level mentorship program that we're doing. And you all know that I still got you. I'm still going to be providing content for free. I know where I came from. I'm not going to forget where I came from. I came from these YouTube streets and going into McDonald's and using their Wi-Fi to record free videos on showing you all how to Photoshop a design for a football t-shirt. I remember that very, very keenly. I remember when my first clients came from Facebook groups of people that just were so afraid of Photoshop and just needed somebody to give them a chance and show them a few things. I remember that. I remember when my first template was developed from showing you all a 4-hour design process on YouTube, and y'all were like, yeah, we eating the popcorn watching, but Shannon, I don't think we're gonna do that. And I said, okay, well, what if I give you this file? You can pay for it as a template. I know in the design world it's taboo. Nobody sells Photoshop files. It's a no-no. You don't even ask anybody for the Photoshop files. But you all showing me that that is an imaginative, I'm operating in that imagination space, way of solving a problem that is traditionally seen as taboo. Oh yeah, we did that. It wasn't a me thing. It was us. And that's why I say I need you all just as much as you all need me. This is a symbiotic relationship. We are partners. Y'all get 50% of any digital sale that happens through the academy because we're partners. I need you just as much as you need these resources and you need me. So we stay maintaining one another. We stay sharpening one another. We stay creating solutions that help not just one, but help the entire community. All right, my loves. I preached to y'all. I didn't mean to do that. I promise I just came on here to tell y'all that I had a wonderful dinner. And somebody tell me where my title came from. When I said what does it say? Gold star for Myron, dinner was great. Anybody know what movie that came from? Gold star for Marcus. Dinner was great. Somebody tell me in the chat what movie that came from. Because sometimes I'm just over here talking to myself and I be having my little inside jokes and really they be inside of my head jokes because I think sometimes y'all not getting them. Tell me if you got that. Let me take the screen share off. And I'll give y'all a few seconds because I know we got a delay on YouTube. Somebody tell me what movie that was from. This is why I miss my best friend too, because this is what we do. We quote them old movies we used to watch because we did have cable and all we could do is watch the same movies over and over again. Nobody got it. Dang, I thought somebody was going to get it tonight. Oh well. I was going to give a prize if somebody got it, but it was Boomerang. Eddie Murphy. All right, loves. Let's see, Mildred. Yes, you got to keep pushing. Yeah, absolutely. We're not gonna give up at all. Iris, it's not too late to get in on the 5-day challenge. Day 5, we're going to do on Monday, and we're going to do an iPad giveaway. We're going to give away a buddy, and I already gave away. Listen. Y'all are in for Alicia. Now you talking about some Boomerang. Oh, you did say it? I didn't see it in the chat, love. So what I did was because I couldn't make the last day. Well, I could make it, but you all gave me the grace to go to dinner tonight, and you all and I knew you would have that type of love for me. But I didn't know it was that strong. Like y'all were literally like, girl, get off this live and go get dressed. Like, go. And y'all know that I'm not just doing this for me. I'm doing this for us. So yes, we're transforming the last day for the challenge. It's going to be on Monday. And I gave you all like the Automizer up to this point. Excuse me, y'all. I gave y'all the Automizer that has everything up until this very point. Now you won't get the vault, like it's not going to get the new stuff, but you have the vault as it stands right now. Just because I knew y'all were going to love on me and tell me that it's okay not to have class today. So because I already anticipated that, and literally this hotel internet is so slow because it's still loading. It's about halfway done right now, but it's loading up on the Innate Academy. You're going to see it on your day 5. So y'all are going to get that. And then what I'm going to show you is how you're going to use the design that you already did in class. So we'll probably take about 30 minutes on Photoshop. Oh, look. So Nehemiah Davis, y'all make sure that y'all follow Nehemiah Davis. Yes, that when I talk about my mentor Neo, that's who I'm talking about. Definitely follow Nehemiah Davis. When I tell you he is like this light, and that's I describe people like I feel like their spirits are, and he has this light that is challenging, it really is igniting. Like I don't know how else to explain this, but this is the type of energy that I feel like I provide to other people, and I didn't feel like I was getting that from anywhere. So I was draining myself, and I think that goes for a lot of us here, right? So when you can find you a mentor that actually pours into you, and instead of the world plugging into you and extracting all of your energy, somebody that actually pours into you and says, you know what, Shannon, I see what you're doing. This is great. But here, boom, these are the steps. These are the plays. Push it. Go. I know you got it. Let's see you take it to the next level. Between Neo and Myron, I did an additional $20,000 this week. And that's just on the immediate. That's not even the back end of how those purchases are going to be like long-term purchases, right? On the back end. So, and I think it's over 20K now. Thank you, Neo. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I'm just telling y'all what my mentor says, look, boom, if y'all looking at this, Shannon Wooden is the truth. And he says, so proud of you. Thank you, Neo. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So Neo, I got a chance to have dinner with Myron tonight, and my illustrious community gave me not only permission, but gave me their blessings to forego our 5th day of our challenge and reschedule it for Monday so that I could actually spend time with Myron tonight. So that was major. It was so much love in that it just transferred into me going into that, not feeling guilty, not feeling like I'm letting anybody down. Like really and truly, y'all are my heroes. So thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Theo. I think we have 68 people in the challenge so far. So the challenge is not over. If you want to enroll in the 5-day challenge now, then you have the chance to win the iPad. We're going to do 2 prizes, the iPad and the buddy system, right? And on top of that, y'all got the $700 Automizer. So the Automizer as it stands right now, let me share. Are y'all seeing my screen? Let me see. I don't think it's popped up. So let me share it. Let me share it because I want y'all to see this Automizer that you get as part of the 5-day challenge, just because you gave me grace. Y'all don't know what that means. To somebody, it feels like the world is on their shoulder. Like when someone extends grace, it means the world. It means the world. So the Automizer is still loading, but I'm going to show you what's in there. Okay. So the Automizer has these different versions. So you have the memorial version that has the gray blanket. You have the standard. This is what I'm calling the grad Automizer. It just has the graduation stole. It has a graduation topper. It also has the corrugated sign there, the yard sign, pillows, a banner, a 3x6 banner. Like all of these things are going to the same way that we did in the challenge where we did the mini Automizer on Tuesday and Thursday. This does the same thing, but it designs all of these different products. So this is now a game changer. You've never seen anything like this before. I'm selling this right now in the Academy for $700. And literally, because you all showed grace and you've been showing up, like y'all have consistently been showing up for this challenge. Like every day, I've had more people in this challenge than we've ever even had in class on Wednesdays. That means you're taking yourself seriously. That's why not only do I not mind, I am honored to share this resource with you all because I know you're going to use it. I know you're not just going to take it as a freebie and not do anything with it. I know you know how much this Automizer costs. So I am literally giving this to you all because I see the value in you, and I know that you're going to push. You're going to take this to the next level, and you're going to show off this Automizer. You're going to show off your skills. You're going to show off to your customers. You're going to show off to the other innate creatives, and you all are going to develop a skill set that you didn't even know you had to develop. So not only does it do the mock-up files, this is your printable file for your socks. This is your printable file for your Hershey bar. This is your printable file for your 13 by 19 shirt. This is your printable file for a sublimation mug, the grad cap topper. So what happens is every time you change your components of your design, it restructures these printable designs and it makes mock-ups. So we talked about automation and optimization. This is why it's called an Automizer. This is going to do 2 of those steps for you in the design field. This does not exist, y'all. Until I can make this a real deal true app, we're going to do this thing in Photoshop, okay? These are your components. Those components are what you update to create your mockups and to create your graphic printable files. Come on, y'all. Let's get on it. I forgot I gave y'all a slate too. I think it's in the graduation bundle. Where is it? Or maybe I didn't put it in there yet, but I did a slate for y'all. Yo, there it is. It's a slate right there. It's in the memorial bundle. So y'all know those sublimation literal rock slates. So I have that one in there for y'all. So this is a lot of different products. I think it's over 20 products that you can design and mock up at the same time. So if you are a part of the challenge, y'all got that for free today. And you already know, I told y'all that the value of the Automizer, by the time we finish putting all the products in it, it's going to be $1,200. So the longer you wait to even get the Automizer, the more it's going to cost. Just letting you all know, because as we add products to it, the value of it's going to be more. So you could be an early adopter and investor. The early adopters got it for $300, and it was only for 6 hours. Y'all got that for $300. Then that night at 11 p.m., it went up to $600. Now it's $700. So after this week, when we add some more items to it, it's going to go up from there. And by the time we finish adding the 50 products to it, it will be a $1,200 file. Why would you wait to grab that if you can go ahead and get the vault now? But I'm giving you what we have in the vault so far, just on the strength of you believing in yourself like I believed in you. Y'all believed in me taking this time off tonight and having an opportunity of a lifetime. So thank you. And listen, I'm going to let y'all go because I got to do this workout tonight. It is not too late to join the 5-day challenge. I'm going to tell you the truth. If you don't join the 5-day challenge for nothing else but to get the Automizer up until this point, that is an immense value, right? But the actual challenge itself, we went through some things. We did some things with the Automizer, with mindset, with finances, right? And then now we're going to go into wrapping all that up into what we need to be doing to do delegation, automation, and optimization for our businesses. That's our key takeaway for Friday. Well, it was supposed to be Friday, but it's going to be Monday now. Okay. So we're going to get into that lesson Monday, but y'all know I appreciate you. I love you dearly. And until next time, bye. Thank y'all for loving me the way that y'all love me. Love you back.